knowing about other cultures, it has sharpened my understanding that I need to respect one another. I need to respect and understand people's culture. Because when you understand someone's culture, you can understand certain behaviors about them. You can understand why they do certain things and why they don't do certain things.
A warm welcome to Young Voices, an intercultural podcast. We are Young at Mission 21, and with this podcast, we want to give young people from all over the world a voice. Thanks to everyone for joining us on this journey to listen, learn, and grow together.
We are Sarah
and Nina,
and today we have the great pleasure to talk to Peter.
Thank you very much, Nina. Thank you very much, Sarah. Hello to everyone. I am Peter Kerry. I'm from Cameroon. I'm a member of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon. I'm a youth leader. I'm an IT specialist as well, and a youth ambassador with Missions 21. I love youth activities. I love participating in international programs, and this where I get to meet others and share ideas, become more interculturally intelligent, and interact more and know people. So I'm happy to be here. So in a little bit, that is me.
Thank you very much for being here. We are very much looking forward to talking to you. Is there something about your local context that you think is very particular that you would like people to know about?
My country or my locality has much it can offer to the world in terms of culture, output, probably physically, psychologically, educationally, and in fact, there's just so much we can give out. Yeah, I think so. But mainly, I think our culture or the culture of Cameroon or the Cameroonian culture or the African culture is something which really made us unique, and would like to share that to the world if we have the chance to do so more and more.
Do you have any examples of things that you would like to share?
Yeah.
Things you can tell us about?
Yeah. I would like to tell you about, first of all, the dress. We have a traditional dress in Cameroon called Togo. Togo. When I wore that dress back in Switzerland, everyone was like, wow, Peter, this is amazing. So it was a matter of a costume which represented the people of Cameroon. Each time you find anyone anywhere in the world, each time you find that dress on anyone anywhere in the world, you are very convinced it gives you a memory of Cameroon, and not just Cameroon, but a particular region in Cameroon, the Northwest region, and the town, they call it Bamenda. Yes, it gives you a particular memory of that specific place, that part of the world, because that dress is very remarkable from that area to the world. Yeah.
And do they have like specific colors, or how do we have to imagine the dress? Or is it different colors?
Okay, generally the Togo, that's the way they call it. I know it may sound difficult for you to pronounce, but the Togo is generally black, a black material, which is carefully embroidered with either white thread or yellow thread or red thread. It has various designs. We can design various things, probably around the sleeves or at the hem areas. We can have small designs. We can have flowery designs as well, which make it outstanding and specific. Everyone would love to have a copy of it because it is really eye-catching. It is quite flowery, and most of the times, some of them, when you see it on someone, there are certain designs that are meant for certain people. For example, we have funds, or what we call chiefs. There's a specific design that is meant for them. And then there's a specific design meant for a certain class of people, probably traditionally recognized or for some title they have. So that design is meant for them. So when you see it, you know it is for this person, it is for this person, and it's for this person. But generally, there are so many designs. We have so many designers who are coming up and they look up to creating and making it lovely. Hence, the dress is going so far, in fact, worldwide, and everyone just love to have a copy of the Togo. Yeah.
And do you wear it in everyday life or more for like specific events?
Well, for now we don't wear it in everyday life. We're in more of occasionally, and like we have an event, or you could be going to church on a Sunday. But generally, it is meant for just specific event because it's really colorful. It colors events. It makes the area so beautiful, especially when so many persons put it on.
Mm-hmm. And those dresses are handmade, I imagine.
Yeah, generally it's handmade. It's handmade because that which is handmade is stronger. It's quite stronger. But with the advent of machines, the Industrial Revolution and the advent of technology, everything is becoming more and more mechanized. So the rate at which people use hands to do it is actually dropping, and the machines are taking over. With the machines, you can do more, less cost, and gain a bigger market. Yeah, but the unique African way, the unique Cameroonian way is to do it with the hand. Gently, you take your time, and it is nicely done. Yes, and it is stronger, very strong. I'm from the northwest region of Cameroon. I am from there. I was born there. I grew up there. My village is Batibo. Batibo is a village in the northwest region of Cameroon. Yes. So I'm from that region, and it's mostly English speaking. And we have several other villages there. We have several, and each village has a dialect, like a mother tongue that they speak. Yeah, that is unique to them. So I am from one part of the Northwest called Batibo. I speak a mother tongue called Mogamu, and uh, I'm from the Northwest, so it's so embedded in my heart. I can speak about it. I'm so proud to be from there, and I'm so happy I come from there. Exactly. Let me give you a little bit description of the Northwest region, the way it is organized. We have divisions. We have 7 divisions in the Northwest. 7 divisions. Every division has subdivisions. So these subdivisions are what mostly make up the villages. For example, my division or my region is Northwest. My division is Momo, and my subdivision is Batibo. Now, in Momo division, we have Bengui, we have Batibo, we have Widipum, we have Oshe, we have Ngi, we have several villages there, several subdivisions. So these subdivisions have languages which are unique, which are quite unique to them. Yeah. So at times, some could be interrelated in some way. Like, for example, let me use a simple example. When I came to Switzerland, I discovered that Swiss German, even though it sounds like German, but they have some things that are quite, hashly, some things that are quite different. Yeah. So these villages, even though they could be in the same geographical area, but they have some things in their languages which are quite a little different and makes them unique. So someone who has a mastery of these villages, when he gets you speak, he can imagine your subdivision or your village where you come from. So there are so many villages, and it depends on where you come from and how much or how well you love your place and love to be there. Exactly.
And do you understand the others, or is it totally different languages?
You can, it's difficult to understand others. It's quite difficult to understand others. You know, where we could be somewhere, let me say 10 of us, and I have someone from my village. Both of us can speak for about 1 hour, and no one gets us, but we understand ourselves so well. Like, for example, in this meeting, you both can start speaking now in a language and I don't understand. Yeah, so it's possible. But it is, we also have individuals who have the ability to get several languages, probably because they have grown up in those areas or because they have interacted with individuals from those areas and they get to learn their language bit by bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Are there also specific foods that you like or that are typical to the region where you grew up or where you are living now?
Cameroon is very blessed with agricultural products. That is, it is one of the main, in fact, it is the main activity of livelihood for millions of Cameroonians. We have so many fruits. I mean, so many tropical fruits, let me say so, because there are some fruits that are quite difficult to cultivate here. For example, apple. Though it's a very common fruit for you over there, for us here, it's very difficult. Our soils do not really permit the cultivation of apple that much. But we have so many others. We have oranges, pineapples, bananas, pears, plums, guavas, so many of them. There are just so many. We have cucumbers. We have, there are just so many fruits. And specifically, some regions do favor the growth of certain fruits. For example, do you know a fruit? Do you know there's this nut? There's something we call coconut. Do you know it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It is quite very much in regions that are around coastal areas. Coastal areas, yes, that is places like the southwest region and the littoral region of Cameroon. Those are quite coastal areas in Cameroon. Yeah, so those fruits are quite enormous there. Then we also have other fruits like guavas, pears, mangoes. They are just in abundance.
Is there like a typical food you have like for dinner or lunch?
We have Cameroonian food. We have achu. We have bongo chobi. We have kwakoko. We have epang. We have ero. We have so many things. If I start calling them, you want to come and eat them. You want to come and eat everything. You want to eat everything, everything. So let me tell you something about one of my favorite dishes from the northwest region of Cameroon. It is called achu. It is spelled ACHU. So it is prepared cocoyams. Do you know cocoyams? Cocoyams is a tropical uh it's a tuber. It's a tuber. It's a tropical tuber. It grows mainly in the tropical part of the world, like here in Africa. It's it is planted, that is, it's a seed, a small one is planted, and it grows up probably maximum of 1 meter, has a single leaf, a big leaf, and produces tubers. It has a maximum of 1 year to maturity. It has a brown covering, and the inside is very white. So you get this, you pound it, you boil it for a while, then you have to pound it. When you pound it, it becomes soft. When you pound it, it becomes soft, and you can get it to form a round bundle because it is soft. Yeah. Then you have to prepare a soup, a special soup for it. That soup is called yellow soup because it is yellowish in color generally. So this soup is done using palm oil. You have to use palm oil. You have to use meat. Yeah, we have a lot of meat in Cameroon. We have so many cows, so many animals. We have cows, goats, pigs, so in abundance. So you have to boil meat, and the water from the meat you have to pour the palm oil into it when it is very hot. Yeah. So you add some other spices onto it. So you put it into it. Yeah. And at the end, you have a wonderful yellowish concoction, which is so amazing. So to eat it, you have to place there in a plate. You create a hole in the middle. So you put the soup in between. It's like a lake. It's like a lake of water. So the soup becomes like the water in the middle, and then this is the food by the side. You can accompany it. You see, you have fish, you have meat, you have cow skin, you have some internal parts of a cow. You can have vegetables, even to make it spicy too. You can have this, we call it pepper, by the side. So it's always so amazing to have it. Well, firstly, to the adults who are listening to this podcast, it's an opportunity to meet with you, adults, or to share with you today. And I would advise that everyone should, we as youths who are growing, we should understand that life is in stages. Life is a step at a time, and things come with time. Things come with time. That is, there's a time when things will fall in place. That is, everything has a time to happen to you, because in Africa now, or in Cameroon, in fact, almost everywhere all over the world, many youths tend to rush and go beyond time. Yeah, they want to catch up. They want to have they want to make extra cash, which is good. They want to get extra cars. They want to live an extravagant life, which may be more than their standards. So our advice, everyone should know that life is in stages and things come with time. Secondly, get involved in youthful activities, in good activities like the Mission 21's Youth Ambassador Program. Get involved with activities like that, which will develop your intellectual ability. Get involved in programs that will develop your mentality. Get in touch with people that will help you grow mentally, spiritually, economically, financially as well. And it's quite empowering. These are empowerment programs which you should get in touch with. Above all, our advice, personally, our advice, you should have the fear of God. You should have the fear of God. You should have the fear of God. You should be able to go to church. Yeah, I know it's quite difficult here, but you should be able to make out time to pray, make out time to go to church, make out time to fellowship with one another so that you can encourage each other. That is what I would love to advise many youths or those who are listening to me at this point in time for now.
So you talked a lot about these youth programs. So as we already talked about, you were part of this Youth Ambassador program. Are there like other programs you do or things that are important to you?
I'm involved with youth programs, especially through my church, the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon. We have a lot of youth programs that have been designed by the church. This helps to keep the youths active and attached to the church. so that probably as you go to work, as we hustle daily, as we step out, as we come in, you have a remembrance that you need to always come back, fellowship together. You need to worship God, and you need to be exemplary in the places where you work, in your school, and other places. Now, what am I implying? I'm implying that I belong to a group called the Christian Youth Fellowship. In the Christian Youth Fellowship, we have several activities. We have Bible studies, we do sing songs, we do share uh, exhortations. Maybe if someone has a problem, you can express, and people give their various ideas. We pray for one another. We also have extracurricular activities like dancing. Yeah, we practice several dances from cultures all over Cameroon, dances from Europe as well, salsa, and so on and so forth. We have sessions where we sing. We also learn how to sing classical music, even our traditional songs in different languages as well. So it's quite a relieving moment. And we have empowerment programs. We have empowerment programs whereby we also have empowerment centers where we train youths with basic computer skills, basic handwork, economic skills, which can empower them. Yes, we have these programs so that we keep the youths engaged, because the youthful age is that which, if you don't keep the youths engaged, they'll easily go astray. And when they go astray, to bring them back can be so difficult. So as a member of the Christian Youth Fellowship, thank God I'm a youth leader as well. I get to interact and I help, or we see how we can do to keep youths active. We have other units that are also part of the church. The Christian Youth Fellowship is for probably the adults, the bigger youths from 18 years and above. We have young Presbyterians who are younger, between 10 and 18. And we have Sunday school, Sunday school for the kids, for the babies, everyone is there. So we tell them Bible stories, we tell them little lessons, teach the 10 Commandments, teach the Lord's Prayer, and certain things that will help them grow and be good. So when they grow from there, they get into other circles of life and they are good. So I'm involved in all these activities, and I think it's though time consuming, but it's a blessing because it doesn't get to interfere with my daily work. I'm still able to do my work where I work. I'm still able to meet up with my family life and so on and so forth. Yeah.
That sounds beautiful. And it seems like you give each other a lot of support and empowerment. I think that is very important. So
Yeah, we do. We do. A lot of empowerment, psychologically, physically, economically as well. We have programs, we do organize several programs, workshops. During the summer holidays, we have sessions organized where children can come and learn skills, basic skills, which help them. Maybe not at the moment, but later on in life, you never know where you find yourself, and so on and so forth. And they're quite empowering. Knowing about other cultures, it has sharpened my understanding that I need to respect one another. I need to respect and understand people's culture. Because when you understand someone's culture, you can understand certain behaviors about them. You can understand why they do certain things and why they don't do certain things. For example, the food I just showed you a while ago, I would eat it with my hand. With my hand, you eat it with your hand, with your fingers. But someone who is not aware of my culture look at it like it's bizarre. Back in Switzerland, there was a friend, she used chopsticks. For me, it was strange, but I learned to respect people's cultures. And this is because of a program like this. I learned that I have to respect people's cultures, understand them, then I know how to approach them better. Now, this ambassadors program has given me the experience to have hands-on meeting with persons from different countries. For example, we had people from South America, Asia, Africa, and back then in Europe. So it was quite an opportunity to meet persons one-on-one and know their culture, exchange with them, ask them questions, and get to know what they have in mind about the things they think or why they behave the way they do, and just much. So I think it's an experience no one should endeavor to miss. No one should want to, no one would like to miss out on any step about it. In all these, in all these interactions, interacting with Swiss, with people from Costa Rica, from Peru, from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from Thailand, from, in fact, so many places. In all this, I learned to respect people's cultures. I learned to understand why they behave and how to interact with them. I think it gives me an upper hand in behaving, even at my workplace, because I'll understand people better and I can interact with them. I believe strongly that if I have a business, Europe, Africa, South America, Africa, Asia, Africa, I can do it so well because I get to understand their culture, or I get to respect their culture, and I do it with them. Yeah.
Was there a specific experience that really stayed in your mind? Something that you experienced, a special moment?
There was this evening, we had a debate at the banks of the Rhine. You know, the youth hostel is not very far from the Rhine, so we would just walk down there. We have discussions, we enjoy the breeze, and so on. We had a debate on women's empowerment. We were speaking about women's activities in Africa and the way they respect their husbands. And the concept was a little bit different from the way you see it over there. Yes, that evening we debated so much until for almost an hour we debating on this same topic. I can never forget that day. And it made me to respect one another more because even in our differences, in our cultural differences, because that was the high point of our cultural difference. Yes, we were still able to respect one another. You don't get hurt. Yes, and you understand each other. So that was a high point. That was a high point for me.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for being here, for sharing all those perspectives you just talked about. It was great having you. And
thank you. Thank you, too.
And of course, also a big thanks to everyone who listened to us today. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to join in next time as we talk to Yunita from Indonesia about socio-political engagement and the protection of rights.
Have a good time, and if you haven't already, follow Young Admission 21 on Instagram and Facebook, where you can learn more about us and our projects. There you also have the opportunity to ask questions to our podcast guests. And don't forget, always listen to the voices around you.